Jacqui Pugh, going for Ms. America 2019 because there is something that has captivated my heart over the last few years, because it's something that has actually saved my life. When I was a little girl, and I don't even know, Mom, I don't even know if you know this, I was like 3 or 4, you asked me what I wanted to be when I grew up. And one of the things that I said was a dancer. But I also had this vision of the planet right here in front of my face. I don't know how I even knew what the planet looked like at 3 or 4, but I remember seeing the planet and this bright white light that went around it. It's gonna make me cry. And I heard a voice say, "You're gonna do something big. It's gonna be big." And that's all that I heard. And I've always had this feeling inside of me, and I never knew what it was. And I'm like, you're 4, like, how do you tell your mom that? Like, I just heard this voice and I saw a vision of the earth. Like, that sounds super weird. Like, I don't even know like how to communicate that. But it told me that I was gonna do something big. And I've been on this journey of like trudging through stuff and all of my own challenges and finding my way. And then I finally ran into that one thing that that voice was talking about. That's what I'm here to share with you for the first time ever right now. And that is self-development and mindset. I literally found myself about 2.5 years ago not being able to get out of my bed for 2 months because I felt so unfulfilled inside, because the only thing that I had to wake up to was somebody else's dream, society's dream of what I should be doing. Nothing that actually fulfilled me and motivated me to get out of bed in the morning. But I beat myself up every single day thinking that that's what I should do because that's what society said, and my family said, and my cousin said, and my friend said, and church said, and all these people said. And then one day I woke up and I realized, oh my God, I'm living a life for people that aren't even living my life. I stopped pursuing the things in my life that make me happy to live a life that I don't even have. I know what it's like to love somebody and hold their opinion so high that you think that that's the only way and that your ideas should go on the back burner. I know what it's like to hear the numbers that society and the world puts out that you should be doing certain things by a certain age in your life. And if you aren't doing those things in the correct order and the way that they say that you should do it and in the way that you should look, the way that they're representing people in magazines, then you're not doing it right. There's something wrong with you. That if you're not having surface level conversations and you like to talk about deep things, there's something wrong with you. That if you're having an emotion, there's something wrong with you. I know what it feels like. And so while I was sitting there feeling completely unfulfilled in every single area of my life, at this point I was on the couch for a week straight, just sitting there. So I had a lot of time to think. Thinking, what is the common denominator in all of this? Because there must have been a common denominator that I could blame it on, right? Like, there had to be a common denominator. And there was. And it was me. I was the common denominator in every single area of my life where I felt unfulfilled, in every single area of my life where I felt fulfilled. And at first it was a little bit of a shock because it was like, whatever it is that I have going on, I'm the common denominator. But then the beauty was, oh my gosh, if I'm the common denominator, that means that I can actually change it. I'm the one that's in control. And literally the moment that I had this realization, I opened up Facebook and there was a post from my life coach that has changed my life. And it was for a program that was 6 months long, super, super deep, intense work, mind, body, soul boot camp. I knew that that was for me and I didn't care what it cost. I didn't know how I was gonna pay for it because I was not working for 2 months. So what I did was I opened up a new credit card and I spent thousands and thousands of dollars that I did not have. And I will tell you, I would spend $1 million on it now. I have never been more happy in my entire life. But what I found was that it was all right here. It was all my limiting beliefs. From when I was little, from comments people would say to me, from people that I was holding on a pedestal with their opinions of life were, and I created this prison in my own brain behind bars of what I should be doing, even though it wasn't fulfilling me. And because I changed my mind, I changed my life. My dear friend Mikey B, who is starting this amazing organization called Follow Your Dreams for children who want to be entrepreneurs, to actually teach them how to do it. He's a teacher, and he talks about how we teach children what to think, but we don't teach them how to think. And this is not just about children now, because at one point we were all children. No one taught us how to think. Therapy, counseling, coaching, all these things kind of have a bad rap a little bit, like there's something wrong with you. But did someone teach you how to drive a car? Did someone teach you how to ride a bike? How to write in cursive? Yeah. So why do we think that there's something wrong with us when someone teaches us how to do life and have a healthy mindset, how to overcome things in a beautiful, non-toxic way versus suppressing everything and holding it in? No one is exempt from this. I fully believe that not one single person on this planet is exempt from limiting beliefs. And you can look up all the celebrities and they all talk about it too. Everybody has this little tiny voice in the back of our mind that's like, maybe you shouldn't do that. Maybe you're not good enough. You know, so-and-so said that you shouldn't do this one thing. So you blah, 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 blah. And it goes on and on and on and on and on. And a lot of it stems from when we're little. When we're like, when I was in kindergarten, Sally told me that my sweater was ugly. So then I knew that my fashion style was just totally horrible and stupid. And who would ever want to be my friend if I look stupid? So that just means that I should probably not talk to anybody. So now I'm 45 and I'm a complete introvert. That's what happens. And it sounds silly saying that, but at the end of the day, it's not silly, because these are the things that literally dictate what the rest of our life looks like. And unless we deal with these things, unless we have healthy tools to use to actually analyze what's going on in a healthy manner, we get stuck in those thought patterns. And speaking of being little kids, we hear about bullying and suicide prevention, right? What does that mean, bullying? Where do you think that stems from? Right here and right here. Not 100%, but what do you think those children's lives are like at home? Do you think that they're completely fulfilled, the ones that are bullying? More than likely, no. So when they go to school, they find someone that they feel that they can be slightly more dominant over. And if they can put them down, then it makes them feel like, oh, well, if something's that wrong with them, then I'm doing okay. I have some kind of value because, look, I can be the head honcho here. People see me, people listen to me here, but that's all a cry for help because they don't feel love here and they're not taught how to deal with those things here. Suicide prevention. Where do you think that stems from? Our thoughts. Same exact thing. And when we get in this spiral of these negative thoughts, one bounces off of the other, turns into the other, and it literally turns into this negative-filled brain. And sometimes you just can't get yourself out of it, especially when you haven't been taught how to. And I'm not saying that's the case for every situation, but it's definitely something that plays a huge factor in a lot of situations. Self-development and mindset shift that doesn't just help with bullying and self-prevention. Think about it. Your entire life changes. Mine did. Every single one of my clients did. I'm so passionate about this. I'm a life coach now. I literally created a program about becoming the best version of yourself called Burn, and I transform lives on the daily. And as fulfilling as it is for me, it has to be that much more fulfilling for the people actually going through it. But becoming the best versions of themselves, it doesn't just change one area of their life. They see a change in their finances. Many of them leave their jobs and they go do things that fulfill them. They see a change in friendships. Friendships fall off. Sometimes they have to cut people out of their lives. And all of a sudden they've created space for these amazing people to enter into their lives. And I watch it. It's not like nobody else comes in. The universe has a way of filling that space with something more beneficial to you when you say no to something that's not serving you. I've seen people get over heartache after 8 years of toxic, abusive relationships and go live the lives of their dreams because of their newfound mindset. I've watched people lose 20, 30 pounds within 3.5 months, every single area of their life. I've watched their blood work go up. Their blood work results go up in a healthy ratio because they changed their mind and they got into those fitness programs that they wanted to be doing and they changed their diet. All of us can change with the power of this. And I am on a mission to use this platform to touch as many lives around this entire globe as possible. so that I can build my platform by talking to schools, corporations, events, being on the news, the newspaper, social media more, getting my name and my word out there so I can touch more people and build my following up enough that I get to a point where I can literally give this stuff at very little to no cost. And the reason why I say very little to no cost is because what I have found in my own personal experience and my professional experience with my clients and with my colleagues, when it's free, it is so much harder to push yourself outside of your comfort zone where you already don't want to go. But when you have stake in the game, you're more willing to do it. Whether it's monetary or if it's a service that you're providing, whatever it is, as long as you have some kind of stake in the game, you're more likely to push yourself and get uncomfortable. And I know it sounds cliche hearing me talk about how I want to change the world because so many people say that. But really, let's think about it. Because everything is energy. That's how the world works. Every single thing is energy. When we're unhappy, when we don't have a healthy mindset, our energy is low. When we are fulfilled, when we're in alignment with things that light us up, our energy rises. The more that our energy rises, the more that we're enjoyable to be around. The more that we're enjoyable to be around, the more that our energy starts to rub off on other people. The more that we're in alignment, the more that we start choosing people and situations in our lives that actually fulfill us, that feel good. And the more that we feel fulfilled, the more that our energy rises once again. And so all of a sudden we're in this state of, not 100% of the time because we're still human, but we are in this state of higher energy, of feeling alive and that we have a purpose. And then one day we go on that train to go to work and we see a stranger and we smile at them. And normally we wouldn't smile at them, but we're feeling extra good that day. So we send a smile, and that smile was the one thing that that stranger needed to see, because he was about to go home and commit suicide because he felt that no one saw him or cared about him. But then one day he noticed that a stranger saw him on the train and smiled. And he second guessed himself and he didn't do that. And he thought, you know what, maybe there's a different option. And then he got his life together. And there's this ripple effect that happens. And it can be done. We can change the world. And we don't change it by pointing our fingers at other people. We change it by starting inside, by starting with ourselves. And I'm not preaching anything that I haven't done myself. I'm here to literally give the tools that I have used to change my life to the rest of the world, because I feel that every single person on this planet is entitled and deserving to have it, to make their lives what they want to make them. I don't ever ask for money, but I'm not doing this for me. I'm doing this for the world. And you are part of the world. And so what I'm asking for is, if you are on board, if you support what I stand for, it's a monetary donation to help me run for United States of America's Ms. America 2019. Please, please donate. I'm here to radiate my light and my love and my energy and my knowledge around the planet in the most abundant, beautiful way as possible. And if you are up for sponsoring me, I have different levels of sponsorship partnership that ranges from anything from me promoting you on my social media of 10,000 people, or showing up to your place of business for a photo shoot or to volunteer, or whatever that is. I'm here to work with you. So please, 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 from the bottom of my heart, help me get there. Thank you so much for taking the time to listen to what I have to say, and I love you guys.